What is up, Game Illuminaughty? It is a triple threat podcast. I'm your host, Siggy Guns, along with my co-host, Ace of all Trey. Say what's up.
Yo, what's up, people?
And joining us today is our guest, almost, permanent guest, I guess. JG the Don. Say what's up to the people.
I'm only here for the slander.
Only here for the slander. So let's go ahead and talk about slander. We're going to start this podcast off with UFC 214. All right, so we're going to only do the three main fights. We'll start off with Cyborg, which, you know what? I mean, at this point, I still wish that, all right, let's talk about Cyborg versus Avenger. JG, lead it off. What do you think about that fight?
So I don't know who Avenger is, but she was a tough chick. I give her that. She lasted to the third round.
She lasted 3 rounds. Yeah, that was pretty
she
good.
definitely lasted 3 rounds. She had a tough chin. She was getting knocked pretty much the entire time. Rarely fought back, but she was a survivor until it was too late. Because eventually Cyborg was going to get her, and she did. Like everybody thought, I was just waiting for the kill, and it finally happened. It's just funny because the UFC, after all the controversy, all of the fights that she could not make because she was missing weight, they ended up just putting her in her own weight class so she could finally get a belt. So now she has one, and it's like,
but now
who's gonna be Cyborg?
But now who's gonna even get up to this weight to fight her though? I mean, that's
no
the thing.
idea.
No idea. She's gonna have to drop weight again, I believe. There's no way. Like, unless
she has a belt, so no, she's not gonna drop.
She's not gonna drop weight.
I guess I'm just saying is like, unless they like introduce like a new bunch of people and everything along those lines for that, weight class and everything like that, is she just gonna sit there? Like, they're gonna have to.
I guess so.
They got to make money somehow.
Megan Anderson is the name that everybody's throwing out, but that's like literally the only person left in that weight. That's it. It's gonna be.
It is 3 people. Yeah. 3 people in the women's featherweight. 3
so
women.
That means it's gonna be Cyborg versus Anderson 20 before somebody else comes along. I mean, it's gonna be boring. I mean, it's
yeah, I guess this just plays another role into it. It just, we wish that like the roster for like you guys the featherweight and everything like that was much bigger, because three people is boring as hell. Like, and like, it's not even about gender or anything like that along those lines. It's just the fact that just the roster is not expanding, and they need to do that if they know what's gonna be good for them when it comes to that title. I mean, for that weight class, they gotta do it.
Holly Holm ruined everything. If she didn't kick the crap out of Ronda Rousey, this would have been completely different.
No. If Ronda Rousey wouldn't have been talking all that shit and actually would have came in there and was focusing instead of trying to use her head to block everything like this, then everything would have been fine. That's what happened. I blame her on this. And speaking of Ronda Rousey, like Dana White was saying that he thinks that she's gonna end up retiring. Like,
well, obviously she's done.
She already said that she's done. So yeah, why not?
Done.
Why not officially retire?
Nah, that's what I'm saying. Like, she's not officially retired yet, but he was saying too, like, and I forgot what interview it was, but he's basically saying like, yeah, I don't really see her coming back at all. Like, I don't know, like.
She's not there mentally no more.
I mean, she hasn't been there, but she did it to herself though. That's the thing, which is so like it's so disappointing. It's so disappointing,
pressure, man. Look, she just did not want to lose. She got embarrassed. Not only did she lose, she got embarrassed. Exactly. And after she took that, what was it, like a year and a half, tried to come back, and you lost again to another chick that has hands. Everybody knows how to beat you by that point. So it's over. It's over. The dream is
the lure's gone. Everything is gone. I mean, I feel so bad.
Off the face of the planet.
Yeah, you don't even see her doing, TV or commercials and stuff.
Nah,
has she even been in movies either? I mean,
I don't think so. Social media legit ran her off. Like, social media. I really think that's the key out of it. Besides the fact that she did this to herself when she was talking all that mess and everything like that, acting all tough, and then when somebody actually knocked her on her chin, then it's like, oh shit, she can actually fight. And then,
this is why it's dangerous for Floyd. He better win, because that could happen
to
him.
I knew this was gonna happen. Look, fam, I said the same thing. This is the only way that Floyd loses, if he doesn't box like Floyd Mayweather. That is the only way. So
look, I'm not saying he's gonna lose. He's not gonna lose. I'm just saying that this is the danger of putting himself up against a fight that he shouldn't have taken in the first one. But then again, apparently he might make 300 million, so obviously that's going to be the reason why to do it. But still,
half that shit's going to taxes anyway. He's going to have to pay the IRS anyway. So whatever.
But no, I see what Ace is saying though, because again, Mayweather started before the meme era, before the social media era.
Mm-hmm.
People want to hate on him so much. People talk mad shit, but you can't say anything. You can't meme Mayweather. You can't meme a person that hasn't lost. So
exactly.
If
but
he
loses, but if that's what's the danger, if he loses though.
Oh yeah, it's pride.
They gonna eat him up, bro.
The
money's not gonna be able to help him.
Pacquiao's not even the same after that loss.
Exactly, money's not gonna be able to help him. His pride is much bigger than all of that. Like, of course he cares about the money and everything like that, TMT, but at the end of the day, it's his pride. This is the whole point of the whole matchup with McGregor and Floyd right now, is money and ego and his pride. If that man Mayweather loses on some type of fluke like knockout and he doesn't box the way he boxes, that man is never ever gonna hear it at all. And McGregor is the wrong person to allow to get that power, because that man will be that a little annoying person that wins one time and only one time and remind you for the next 10 to 15 years. You'll never hear the end of it.
But let's not get back on that. We didn't get on topic.
Yeah.
All right, the next fight, Tyrone Woodley, Maya versus Maya. The most boring fight. JG, go ahead. Start off. What you think about this fight?
All right, man. I'm really sad because I always like when Woodley fights. That's a hometown kid, so I'm going to root for him regardless. He's a really good fighter, but I knew that this was going to happen because of the person he was facing. I don't like Damian Maya. I never did, and I hated that he went down to the welterweight division, and he was destroying everybody there because he kept up to his fight. Like, Damian Maya is so stuck in his ways. He needs to actually get a boxer. I wish that he would actually get a boxer in his camp because he's boring. He does not stand up. This is not his strong game. Everybody knows that his strong game is on the ground. So he's going to try to get you on the ground.
He was like 0 for 20, right?
Right. Oh my God. The most whiffs I've ever seen in any fight.
Actually, I think it was 21. So that's crazy.
I knew this was going to happen. Woodley was 96%. He was coming into this fight 96% defense rate.
Damn.
The thing I was upset about the most, it wasn't the fact that Woodley was dancing around the whole time. It was the fact that he had so many open shots just to end the fight.
He
wasn't doing it. Yeah,
extremely passive.
Maya was almost begging him, "Hey, just hit me, please, once. Just go ahead and end it. Just get it over with."
Woodley stayed to his game plan. I'm not mad at him for staying to his game plan.
Do what you know.
I am mad at him for not actually giving us a fight, because he actually could have finished it. And just like you said, he could have finished that fight multiple times, and he did it. He only pushed him a couple times, backed him up, knocked him down a couple times, and then he backed off because he's like, I know what Damian Maya is going to do. He's not going to stand up. He can't handle my stand-up game. I could knock him out anytime I want to, but I'm so worried about him taking me down. And just keep in mind, Woodley is also a wrestler. He doesn't know he's not specialized in jiu-jitsu, but he's a wrestler. That's exactly why he knows how to defend everything. So with that skill set, on top of you having a superior stand-up, you should have ended the fight, my boy. And he's still defending it. People were saying that it was a boring fight, the most boring fight I've ever seen. He was like, well, it wasn't boring to me. I stayed to my game. And I was like, I knew he was going to say that.
I'm not mad
at him. He was going to say that as soon as the fight was over.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
whatever. He's still the champ, but it's more Maya's fault. I'm still going to blame Maya just because of how he fights. Maya did not switch up anything at all. He kept trying to shoot all through those 5 rounds. It was embarrassing to see. It was cringeworthy. Absolutely cringeworthy.
That's what it was. It was a cringy fight. It really was.
I hate Damian Maya. This is the same thing that he did with Anderson Silva, and people fucking hated Anderson Silva. I remember when I saw that fight. I went to Hooters and saw that fight. It was some dude yelling, "Crucifix his ass!" Like, he was wilding because he wanted Anderson Silva to go on the ground with Damian Maya. Why would you, as a fighter, knock somebody down and go to the ground with them wanting you to go to the ground? That's not something you do. It's like, get your ass up, because I'm gonna knock you back down. Like, that doesn't make any sense. But that's what Damian Maya tries to bait you to do. He tries to do that every single time, and he's never deviated from how he fights.
So what do you think is next? Woodley versus GSP?
Oh yeah, that needs to happen. That needs to happen.
You think that'd be the most boring fight ever?
No, because on GSP defense, he's the type of aggressive fighter that'll try to shoot you and get you to the ground as well. But GSP at least got a boxing coach when he fought one time. I forgot who he fought. I cannot think of his name right now, but he fucking almost knocked his eye out. So I forgot who that was, who he fought, man. But yeah, he just jabbed the dude to death and almost knocked his eye out. I gotta look him up because I forgot his name, but GSP at least did that, so I give him that fight. But I used to think GSP was boring too, but not compared to Damian Maia. I would rather see GSP any day compared to Damian Maia.
I got you.
All right, Ace, you want to put anything in this?
I mean, I guess I just wanted to say with the whole Tyron Woodley like sticking to his guns or anything like when it comes to fighting, I'm not mad for an athlete with sticking to your guns when you know what works for you. Of course, as like a fan and like watching it can be very, very boring, of course, and that's why a lot of people don't like Mayweather sometimes because he's a defensive fighter. But with Woodley, I'm not mad at him. He knows what he can do to win, and if that's whatever it takes for him to win. Cool. I think he answered the questions well when everyone said this is the most boring fight ever.
It's not the fact that he was. I mean, because the difference between that and Mayweather is being defensive because he knows he has to be in some of the fights. But this one, against Maya, he had plenty of opportunities just to end it, and he was still just like, okay, I'm not. And
I can see that being an issue. I can see that being an issue. That could be the major issue just because he could have, but he still, maybe he was a little nervous to do that. I don't know. Maybe something mentally was going in his mind.
Almost looked like to me that because I think Vegas had it to where this was supposed to be a 1 round, 2 round at the most. It almost looked like he had money that he put money that he's going to take it all the way to the cards on purpose.
Oh, man.
That's what it looked like.
The conspiracy theories with Siggy.
Because it looked like he was on purpose letting this fight drag on when it didn't have to be. I mean, like I said, Maya was practically begging him at the end, especially to just end it. I mean, he was flopping around. I mean, he looked like he was just on his hands and knees. He might as well just sit there and be like, please just hit me, just end it already. And he didn't do it. I was tweeting Jade just like, what the hell is going on right now?
Man, that was just as confused as you.
All right, let's go to the main fight, which started off I thought pretty good. DC versus Bones Jones. Ace, we're going to start with you. What do you think about this? Because we already know JG's going to go off on this.
Just so weak in the knees. Oh my God. Oh, I wasn't really expecting this, fam. I wasn't expecting this. I mean, all right. Obviously, Jon Jones was coming back after, doing drugs, car accident, running away, coming back, getting his money.
It seemed like this fight was supposed to happen like 20 years ago.
This was really supposed to happen so long ago, but this man kept messing up. And JG was saying this specifically. Don't say anything. We need to wait until the night of the fight when he's actually rocking through to make sure this man doesn't do anything stupid. Because you're right. You never know what's going to happen. So this fight was long overdue. But the fight actually started off really well. And DC was in there. He was in and out. It was a good fight in the matchup. And I actually thought DC had him. I think it was the third round? Or it was the second or third round. He clocked Jones and he felt it. And I was like, okay, DC, I see you. And then all of a sudden, it just turned horrible. And I
had DC winning the first round. I had Jones winning the second. Yep. And obviously, Jones finished it off in the third.
Yeah. Man, I mean, when it comes to the stats and everything like that too, it was pretty good stats. I mean, I think I'm looking at the stats now. 165 for Jones. He hit 95, so about 58%. I like those odds. Like that man Jones was definitely going in for sure. But that KO TKO, man, what the hell was DC thinking, boy? He got hit with that kick, and then all of a sudden he's like, "Yo, where am I?" And then Jon Jones says he sees the shit. You saw in his eye, like, "Yeah, I got this motherfucker now." Comes up, hit him with an elbow, and then this man just starts stumbling down. I was like, "Oh man!" But the thing is, I thought it was interesting because they didn't call it yet because DC was still trying to kind of defend it. But then once Jones got on top and just kept haymaking into the head.
I was very shocked that the ref, I have to give him a good job for letting it go as long as it did, even though I would have completely. I would have called it. They would have called it like right away because it looked like right after that kick, especially that he had an instant concussion.
Yeah.
They probably let it go maybe 4 or 5 more punches longer than it probably should have, or elbows, but.
That's
JG,
always
what
tough.
do you think about
That's always tough. Before JG goes off, because I know he's about to go off. I always thought that was really tough, and maybe you guys can put your input in too. Like, when is the ref supposed to go in? Because that's a perfect example. They could have pulled this matchup earlier.
normally as soon as that kick happened, the ref saw that his knees were wobbly and he couldn't put his feet under his legs at that time. And when he fell, I would say about 3 or 4 only. He probably should, hits. He probably should have called it right then, but he let it go for, I swear, at least 7 or 8 more
punches that weren't necessary. He was already on top of him, and he was wailing on him too. I was like, yo, they got to call this.
I think he was giving him a chance to try to hey, maybe he's gonna snap, back up real quick or maybe turn around and try to defend, but it never happened, and maybe it was a little too long, but. I mean, I kind of give him credit for that because normally a lot of people, whenever they see a fight like that, as soon as he gets hit in the head, they'll call it or something, and then everybody be mad at the ref for stopping it too soon. Oh, he couldn't have happened. Right. No one can use that excuse in this one.
JG,
y'all ready? Ready?
Yeah.
All right. Before we get to the slander, I would like to say that I do respect DC as a fighter. He kept that belt warm, man. He kept that belt real warm until Jon Jones came through. Shout out to Jon Jones for finally getting his shit together.
Thank God.
It took you a couple more years, my boy.
Before you slander him, I was actually more impressed with Jon Jones' style of fighting. He was actually, fighting smart. Keeping.
Jon Jones has always been unorthodox.
He's always been,
using his length. I mean, but this was something that I didn't expect coming out the gate. I thought for sure coming back he would just go full force. And
man, he had to be focused though, man.
Jon Jones was on point. He was on point.
He came correct for sure.
All right, so Cormier, shout out to Cormier because he did bring a different style of fighting. This is the second fight, so like I said, all the people that caught amnesia, this is the first time that they fought. So
it
DC,
it.
it did feel like because it's been a long time. DC had a different mindset with this fight. He didn't try to shoot because he knew that wasn't going to happen against Jones. So he knew that was pretty much out of his arsenal. This is what Damian Maia should have did. He should have freaking studied and saw that that Tyron Woodley wasn't going to be taken down. So he didn't really try to take Jon Jones down. What he instead did was dirty boxing. He knew he had to close the distance because if not, Jon Jones was just going to destroy you. And Jon Jones kept trying to keep his distance. Tried to do those little weird knee kicks.
Yeah,
he's always unorthodox with the way that he strikes. So he tried to do a lot of knee kicks, a lot of freaking leg kicks. Low leg kicks and also kick him in his chest. So he was mixing it up. Jon Jones always mixed it up. But DC was actually winning that first round. I agree with you, Siggy. I had DC winning that first round because he was getting some nice shots in. And he was actually getting some nice shots in the entire fight. Until that third round, boy. That third round was when everything went to shit. It was everything with the shit. And once Jon Jones got that kick, I actually disagree with you though. I don't think that they should have stopped it after that kick. He was wobbly, yes, but I think he could have still went going. So I thought that the ref actually did a good job.
I said when he got on the ground. I said when he got on the ground.
No, I didn't say after the kick. I said after the 3 or 4 punches.
After the 3 or 4. Okay.
Instead of 9, 10, 11.
When he went on the ground, that's when they should have called it right there.
Okay. So yeah, Jon Jones ended up finishing the fight. So I was like, that's my boy right there. Order's been restored. You showed everybody that wasn't DC's belt. Literally, that's the only person that DC has not beaten. Because you already faced him once and you whooped his ass. It wasn't as convincing, of course, the first time, but you beat him and you beat him again. So show that you're the boss. So let's talk about DC. Now, we going to get to the negatives, man. We're going to get to the slander. My man.
Cheeseburgers.
My man, DC. What happened, bro? Why you so salty, fam? Why you so salty?
Sore ass loser.
This man did not stay in the ring to get his hand.
I'm telling you, man, he was confused. I don't think he knew what was going on.
No, he knew what was going on. He realized he lost the belt. That's for sure. But that man was not having it. He didn't want to raise his hand.
Let me tell you. So this man walked away, right? He had a little hissy fit. He walked away. I thought that he left the whole octagon at first, but no, he's in the octagon. He just walked away while Jon Jones had his hand raised in victory. Then my man came back with the crying face, bruh. Came back with the crying face. So now we got a new crying face meme, which is Danielle Cormier. I know y'all been seeing it on Twitter and Facebook. That's what's up now. That's the new wave. So everybody get on it. Danielle Cormier crying face 2017. My man's was crying in the ring. Yo, he was legit hurt. At first, I was like, damn, I kind of feel sorry for you. But when he pulled that shit, I was like, nah, bro. Nah, you a sore loser. You a sore loser, dog. Yeah. I'm sorry, DC, but nah, that's not the way that you handle yourself with that. Nah. Jon Jones is just obviously a better fighter. He showed you. He came. He actually stepped up. I know that took a long time, but he did step up. It is what it is. You lost, dog. You can't beat Jon Jones. That's gonna be your crutch forever. unless you get another shot, that's gonna be your crutch forever, dog. Jon Jones is too good. Whenever he ain't fucking doing crack or getting some other shit.
Nigga.
I'm glad that Jon Jones came. I'm glad that he came 100%, dog. I'm glad he came 100% and restored order, because it was a lot of people like legit wanted to see this fight. They don't watch UFC for real. They watch Jon Jones. They may have watched Anderson Silva, and they watch Ronda Rousey, and that was pretty much it. So a lot of people wanted to see this fight, man, and I'm glad that Jon Jones delivered. He didn't punk out. He didn't get in any accidents. He stayed true to his form. And my man's, first of all, I didn't know that he was concussed like that. Joe Rogan apologized, obviously, but he said that he shouldn't have interviewed him because man, DC didn't know where he was for real. So
that was wrong on his part. That was wrong on his part. He threw Twitter the alley. He definitely threw Twitter the alley. He knew what he was doing.
Yeah, man.
He knew damn well what he was doing.
We saw the full face, dog. It was sad. The DC was like legit crying. It was a really bad sight. But then Jon Jones proceeded to talk shit about Brock Lesnar, because if you recall, the last time that DC and Jon Jones were supposed to fight, my man was doing some more drugs. It wasn't crack this time, but he was doing some other pills that that were again banned by the UFC. So, and then Brock Lesnar was talking shit, and then right after that fight, that Brock Lesnar was on the same card. He got caught.
Yep.
So Jon Jones was like, pick on somebody who's 40 pounds less than you. So this man called out Brock right then and there. I don't know about that one, man. But we gonna see if something ever develops from this. I really don't want it to, but again, we'll see what happens.
I mean, I was gonna ask that next. What's next for him if it's not Brock Lesnar?
Damn.
Gustafsson.
What's it? No,
I don't
feel like
see that.
Gustafsson should get another shot. It's somebody else. Let me actually pull him up so I can make sure I got everything right. It's gonna be probably what the hell is his name? This Russian guy. I think he's Russian. Antigulov.
Man,
it's probably gonna be Antigulov who's next.
So I think they should be begging Brock Lesnar to come back then. At least
probably, but shit, any band, his year ain't up yet though, is it?
40 pounds less though, that shit ain't never gonna happen for Brock Lesnar. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that.
Because Jon Jones gonna have to go up. I think he's probably gonna have to go up rather than Brock come down.
They're probably gonna try to do a cross fighting, like kind of like Mayweather and what's his face right now. Maybe they're just not be official. Yeah, McGregor. Maybe not be official, but off the books. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how they gonna spend that, but Jon Jones was talking about. He was like, "Well, everybody else doing the super fight, so I want to do one too."
Yep.
I mean, he just trying to get his money back. He's trying to get his money. He's trying to get.
He did say that though. He's like, "I need some money."
Right.
You know what? He should be going for a bigger fish. He should be going for Pacquiao then, just for the hell of it. Make the names Pacquiao versus Jones.
Absolutely not. I don't know. Absolutely not. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that fuckery. Like, hey man, I was waiting for this good fight and everything like that, but I really like JG said, DC is a good athlete and everything along those lines, but I hate poor sports. I've always hated them as a child. I hate them. Like, dude, like, you got your ass beat. Accept that. Go back, watch film, see why you messed up, and then come back even better and learn from the mistake. It's okay to be upset and everything along those lines, but you gotta model yourself better than this. Like, you gotta realize that people are seeing you. These children, people that look up to you and everything along those lines, you should carry yourself like the way you should. Like, I don't know. That nigga got knocked the fuck out. That's all I'm gonna say.
Manuel need to. He should have won, man. This man lost in the first round. That was supposed to be the true next up, but he lost, so he gonna go down in the rankings. He actually already did.
Who's actually ranked number 2 now? Because I don't know. It's not.
It's
DC.
still Gustafsson.
It is.
Yeah, it's Gustafsson.
Okay, so it looks like he might be the next one up then.
Like I said, I'm not trying to see that again. But Gustafsson to this date has been the biggest test for Jon Jones.
So do you think that Jon Jones is gonna? Do you think it's gonna be a legacy for him? You think he's gonna come back? He's gonna be dominant for the next 2 to 3 title defenses? Or
he's still young too, man.
Yeah, he's 30.
Jon Jones still hella young. Yeah.
He's 30 now. He was the youngest champion at what, 23?
Considering that there's nothing out there, if that was his best right now, Cormier, then I mean, if Gustafsson's number 2, that means he should have a nice little run at being the top, because I don't see.
I can see maybe 2 title defenses he wins, but So
Shit, I can see 5 if there's nobody else.
This is looking, the light heavyweight division is honestly looking real weak right now.
It's almost looking as bad as Cyborg's division.
Right, I know, right?
Oh man, I don't think nothing gets worse than that. There's only 3 people.
There's 3 people. Man.
There's 3 people. Like they need to do some. They need to do some tryouts or something. Like if not, Cyborg just gonna keep this shit forever. Then
let's go ahead and transition over to NFL now. NFL is back. Hall of Fame game. Cowboys Cardinals is going on right now as of this recording. 18-17 is last I saw. Are you guys happy? NFL is back. JG, start with you this time.
Hell yeah, boy. Hell yeah. I just I don't want to go through another struggle. We're gonna see what happens. I really am optimistic every single year.
So who you going for now? Now that you're out there in Florida, you going for the Bucks or you still?
I'm a Bucks supporter.
Rams for life.
No, I'm a Bucks supporter, but I'm Rams for life, though.
JG gotta say that shit. He gotta say that shit.
Even though they're
somebody
in LA
nearby,
now,
she gonna clock him.
Doesn't that just sound dirty though to be an LA Rams fan?
I mean, they were in LA before, so
exactly.
I'm not be mad. Not when I was alive, but actually, yeah, they were when I was alive. When I was like, young, they were still there.
Like a couple of years old.
Yep. Nah, but I'm a supporter. The Bucks gonna be a problem. I'm actually very excited to see them and see what they can do because they got a real arsenal, better than the Rams for sure. But
you going to every game this year?
Nah. I don't got
too much money. I bet those tickets are up now, right?
Man, JG got the hookup though. He getting there.
He got the
hookup.
Not for the Bucks.
Really?
Nah, not for the Bucks. I ain't got a hookup for the Bucks. I had the hookup for
the Jaguars
for USF.
Okay. Oh, yeah, for college. Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna talk about that in a little bit too. But Ace, what do you think about NFL being back? You excited?
I mean, of course.
Chargers.
I mean, I'm not just excited for the Chargers. I mean, this is my love. Like, this football is my #1 sport. I'm always excited for it. It's dope that the Hall of Fame game is going on right now. Football season is back. I'm looking forward to seeing a lot of these new prospects come through, see what they can do. Of course, I'm looking for the Chargers. This will be the LA Chargers now, not the San Diego Chargers, but the LA Chargers. So, I'm looking forward to seeing how the season goes. I'm sure that the Chargers will put me through a lot of ups and downs. We will play 3 quarters and then lose it in the 4th, or we will get lucky and the other team will shoot themselves in the foot and then we'll get a win. That's typically what the Chargers have been doing for the past 5 to 6 years. So, yeah, I'm ready for the stress and, probably just going to go bald completely. So,
quick question for you, Ace. Who do you think is going to be a successor to Phillip Rivers?
Man, I really don't know. Like, that man is good. I see him still there for another 2 years at least, 2 to 3. I mean,
definitely gonna last as long as Tom Brady.
I don't see why not. I think that Phillip Rivers can definitely last another 2-3 seasons, even 4 if he really wanted to. I mean, depending if Leslie wants to retire and everything along those lines. I mean, I don't want to speak this existence at all. He's been pretty good when it comes to his health wise, and he's been the leader of the Chargers for a long time when it comes to the quarterback position. So I could definitely see him at least there for 2 to 3 years. But I don't know. Maybe the Chargers end up going for a hot new quarterback coming up in the NFL. I mean, I wouldn't mind getting the quarterback from Louisville. I mean, that quarterback is amazing. He's athletic. He can be able to throw very well, and I wouldn't mind if the Chargers brought him on and everything like that to be able to study behind Phillip Rivers, which I think is definitely going to be a potential Hall of Fame quarterback for sure. And I want to just go from there and see where it goes. I think we get a new hot quarterback. I don't think that maybe we draft like a vet or something or not draft a vet, but get a vet through a trade or something like that. But I think we're going to end up getting a quarterback maybe in the next 2-3 years.
Speaking of that, happy birthday, 40th birthday to Tom Brady. What do you think about Tom Brady?
No, wait. Did you really just wish this man, the baby back bitch, a birthday, a birthday on this podcast, fam?
He really did. Yeah.
Like, what the hell? Like, look,
they've been destroying your Jets for years.
Right. That's what I'm saying. What the hell is wrong with you? Are you high? Like,
it is his 40th birthday. He is 40 and he still looks like he's going to be in the league for another 10 years. We're over here talking about 2-3 years for Rivers. And how old is Rivers right now? 36?
Rivers has gone through it, though. Like, let me see.
That man been popping out babies left and right. Let me look out.
I'm just saying. I mean, look at this. It looks like Brady still has 2 or 3 years, and he's 40.
Yeah, Phillip Rivers 35.
Yeah,
35,
yeah, he's
35.
Yeah,
He still has 5 years before he catches up to Brady. I mean, wow. I mean, that just shows you right there how good Brady's been.
Yeah, but it's also his line, the fact that he's been able to protect him for so long, like he's been able to last. Like, I mean, anything in the NFL, your typical, maybe depending on position you're in, your lifespan is maybe 2 to 3 years if you're lucky. Like, when it comes to it, because you're dealing a lot of damage to your body, and
he sold his soul to the devil.
This whole CTE thing has been a very, very big topic.
Exactly, and that's why it's been changing things dynamically, like definitely through like the little leagues and like the individual states. It's been changing things on a high school level, and it's been definitely changing things within the college level, and you can see it in the NFL. And like a lot of these players are donating their brains for it, after they pass away, of course, for
recent studies show what was like 99% or something.
No, it was 95, I believe. Don't quote us on that, but it was in the 90s when it comes to players.
I think it was 110 confirmed with 111 submitted, so only one person was not CTE. It's crazy.
Yeah,
absolutely crazy. The I wanted to go back to the UCF, the Central Florida. Did y'all hear about Donald DeLahaye?
The kicker.
The kicker.
Yeah, yes. The kicker.
What do you think about that situation?
I mean,
quit YouTube.
I mean, I'll talk about it just from like knowing kind of like both sides now. Like, well, when it comes to the NCAA, we all know it's a conglomerate. It's all about making money. Absolutely. And when it comes to the NCAA, they have very, very strict rules. And with YouTube, it's kind of difficult to be able to gauge like if people subscribing to this guy because he's a kicker at UCF, or are they just subscribing to him because of, they like his content, they enjoy his content. If they know the fact that he's a Division I player and everything along those lines, there's huge potential that people can just go through YouTube, donate through YouTube, and say that like they're not a booster or anything along those lines, and give him money and say they're just doing it to support him. But it's kind of hard to, they don't want college players to get money like that. If you want to get money, then you're actually gonna have to get a job. Like, do like a work study. I don't think they want to do it I don't think they want to go through YouTube, because it's like, honestly, if you want to hide your money and you want to be a booster and just say, hey, I have a PayPal link, if you guys want to donate to me and be able to help me continue to do what I'm doing, donate. A booster could do that, and that'd be a good way to hide their money. So the NCAA doesn't want to have anything to do with that at all. Plus, I believe UCF didn't want their logo or anything along those lines from the university standpoint to be featured in any of his YouTube videos, because then if he's getting paid for that, which he can through YouTube, then that.
Well, before the story broke out, he had 92,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
Obviously, afterwards, now he's 140 or something like that. Yeah. But I mean, it was pretty decent size. I mean, obviously, everybody would love that kind of size, if you're starting off. But I mean, he had a popular YouTube channel. He's not making a lot of money. I think it's always been the thing with college football. And I'll talk to this. I hate that they have so much power over the students on how they should make money. It's one thing to sell your autograph, like Johnny Manziel did and stuff like that. I can understand them being
get a car like you Reggie Bush.
Yeah, Reggie Bush Holmes.
Man,
I can see that being more of a problem. This though, at least it's just him. I mean, they call it YouTube. It's not like it's a shell of a company or something like that, or a booster club saying, hey, on behalf of this, he's uploading, for us. So I think that this is something that they should have left alone, the NCAA. But I mean, obviously, you went to college, Syracuse, right?
Yeah, Syracuse University. Orange. Go Orange. We out there.
I know they have these rules and making money, stuff like that. But I mean, I don't get it though. This is the new.
But you gotta remember,
this is how they make the money. Right? So if he works at Sonic, it's fine, but he can't work at YouTube. Work for himself.
But then there's the thing though. Like the example I use, like say you're like a booster or something like that. Like they want to support him, but they obviously know that it's illegal to be able to give a college, Division I, or any student athlete money because he plays for a university. So what's to stop somebody just going in and just hitting the donation link on his YouTube channel? What's to stop them doing that?
I see.
How do you?
I feel that makes sense.
How would you be able to check that money to make sure they didn't do it just for that purpose? Because if
all right, well, forget the notion. So we know that in YouTube they're paying with the MCN and all that stuff. So what about that? Should that be fine? Should he be able to make his money off of whatever channel is paying him?
I think that the fact is it does kind of give a little unfair advantage if he did not mention at all that he played football at the University of Central Florida, that he's not a kicker, and anything along those lines, doesn't mention anything with the NCAA, doesn't mention anything with the football program, doesn't show their logo, doesn't show anything along those lines, then it's okay. In my opinion.
How about this? And can he just demonetize all his vids and everything should be fine? Or do you think that there'll be still a problem?
I mean, I think at this point, if you're still using all the logos and stuff for the NCAA, then yeah, it still would be.
Well, would definitely.
Yeah. So I mean, I get it. I mean, it's a good way to be able to express yourself, to be able to put your ideas and thoughts and everything like that. I completely understand, and it makes sense. But it's very tough because it's just like, unfortunately, with the donations and everything along those lines, like, how do you know? And instead of these NCAA dealing with the headaches and like checking on this kid all the time, making sure he's not using the NCAA to his advantage, which I wouldn't be mad at him to be able to get some money. At the end of the day, it comes back down to it. We need to pay college athletes. Yes, I get it. The scholarships.
There's just a lot of.
No. It's a lot of things. Exactly. I get it.
I get it. It needs to come to that. Yeah, I feel like eventually it needs to come to that.
It needs to come to that. I got it. The scholarships and all of that are great. Don't get me wrong. Being able to provide for college athletes the education, the meal plan, everything along those lines. I mean, you gotta bust your ass, but you gotta think about it. These universities, especially these big top teams, are making tons and tons of money on students' likeness, on their jersey number, on the fact that they're on TV, all of that. They're getting television deals and all that, and that's what it comes down to at the end of the day. And they don't want to go down on that, and that's why NCAA is not dealing with it anymore. That's why.
It's gonna be a problem that's gonna be talked about for a long time.
Yep.
I don't know if they're ever gonna move the needle though on that. All right, let's get back into the NFL. Let's talk about your man Kaepernick and the Ravens.
That's your man.
That's your man. That's your man.
So, what do you think about the Baltimore Ravens situation? It's starting to get
getting annoying.
More strange.
It's getting annoying, fam. It's getting annoying.
I'm over it.
I'm over it. Like, sign this man or not sign this man. I don't care.
All right. So what do you think about how now? I feel bad for the Ravens because they're putting this. See, this is why they're
putting pressure on them.
Talk about it. Because now there's unnecessary pressure. Now it's almost like if they do sign him, it was out of spite or just to get it over with. Okay, you guys are calling us too much. You know what I mean? It's like, all right, yeah, y'all talked about us so much. Here you go. And then they're gonna cut him the next week. It's kind of like the Michael Sam thing. Remember whenever the draft happened,
yep. And then
Rams got him.
Yep.
Everybody was wondering if he's gonna get cut right away. So it was almost like they had to take him into the roster just to cut him the very next week.
But you know what? But with Michael Sam though, he was good when he was at Mizzou. Like, he was a good athlete. I mean, and he just didn't survive in the NFL.
It's all because he did pretty bad in the combine.
Exactly.
And of course the fact that he came out of being gay. I don't care what anybody said. That's really the contributor right there.
Yeah, it is. It is. I definitely think it is. I mean, his draft definitely. I mean, his combine was definitely terrible, and it sucks because he could have done way better, I believe. But at the end of the day, everyone's gonna say it's because he's gay. It's because he came up open and he's gay.
The SEC Defensive Player of the Year.
Exactly.
Like that. Like, he went to my school. Like, I saw him play. I know his potential. So I was just upset. The whole situation was terrible with him. And yeah, Colin Kaepernick is definitely getting blackballed. Like, this stuff is stupid.
Because of the fans. It's because of the fans. Like at the end of the day, everyone is feeling the pressure. Anytime you mention the name Colin Kaepernick, they're literally going in. There's fans or whoever these people are sending letters to the organization, and they are listening to these people. Now, out of all the times that you guys want to actually listen to the fans, you're listening to them now talking about I don't want Colin Kaepernick on my team. Are you kidding me? There's so much more worse things that could be going on right now, and because of this man's stance on what he believes in, y'all sending mail saying that we don't want this man. I guarantee you, if that man never mentioned anything, he would have already been signed. Yeah.
Do you think it helps whenever you have like we saw Nessa send the tweet with the bashing the owner and also bashing Ray Lewis what do you think about stuff like that? Do you think that's getting to the point where it's hurting him more, or do you think that's necessary to try to get the conversation going?
Who, hurting Kaepernick?
Yeah.
I feel like it's contributing.
It's contributing.
It's
hurting. It's hurting. It's definitely hurting him for sure. It's
what about like Richard Sherman talking about the Jets specifically? How he said, "Oh, the Jets have no quarterback anyways. Who do they even have? They should sign him."
Yo, Richard Sherman. That's why I've always liked Richard Sherman, because Richard Sherman is very well spoken. He carries himself very well when it comes to the NFL, when it comes to outside the NFL, and everything along those lines. Like, he's one of the biggest advocates and everything like that. You can't tell the man anything. He's very educated, and he takes charge, and he's saying what everyone else is thinking.
How can he? But the thing is, though, how can he say that with a straight face, knowing that the Seahawks had Kaepernick there in his face, told them, "No, we're going to sign somebody, an unknown guy, to be the backup," when they had the opportunity to sign also? So shouldn't he be throwing stones at his own team for that?
I mean, he's always been throwing stones. He's been throwing stones at his team the entire time. I just think that maybe his agent or whoever it was that that talked to him, because I guarantee you he definitely had something to say about Seattle for sure. But
nah, he was throwing. He made it sound like the Jets are absolutely in the wrong for not signing him to back up or to be a starter. It sounds like, but yet at the same token, I didn't hear his voice whenever the Seahawks picked the other guys.
I was gonna say, Siggy, do you feel like a personal shot was thrown at you because you are a Jets fan?
Yes, I felt that. Look, I told you guys this. I think the Jets eventually are going to sign him. I think it's almost like
it's inedible, fam. They need. They need.
I think it's almost like a mutual. They need each other.
Yes.
The Jets are going to be tanking this season, anyways. Kaepernick needs a job, so the Jets need some attention because they're not going to have any attention. So they might as well, instead of going 0-16, they might as well try to go 2-14 and have Kaepernick be the talk of the town, because at least the Jets are going to be in front of the pages of the newspapers.
Yeah, for sure.
So
I mean, on a marketing standpoint, it's
I think it's a match made in heaven right now. In my opinion, I thought this, ever since he, left the San Francisco 49ers. So I've been thinking that the whole time. I just think, though, that Richard Sherman, of all people, to say that, knowing full well that the Seahawks passed on him for a scrub that nobody even heard of. Was Austin? I don't even know who it is. Austin Davis? Is that who it was? I forgot who it was.
But maybe Sherman knows something that we don't.
Well, what does he know? I mean, he's mad at the Jets for having, McCown, but he's not mad at the Seahawks for
maybe because
literally
he can
picking
speak,
somebody off the streets.
Well, maybe he knows something personally through the team and everything like that the team has not yet put out either, and maybe that's the reason why something happened and he didn't want to mention it. That could.
I don't know. I just think that if anybody can make, if it was Michael Crabtree, or if it was somebody from the 49ers saying that, I can completely understand that more so than the damn Seahawks cornerback, knowing full well that the Seahawks passed on him also. That's the thing, especially when everybody thought that the Seahawks were going to sign him as backup, right? Everybody thought that last month, right? Didn't you think that?
Yeah, I mean, I thought
it was kind of leaning towards it, but then I was like, man, Russell Wilson, they used to be going at it. I don't know about this. They say you ain't Russell Wilson, baby.
I just think that out of all the people that talk shit about the Jets, it shouldn't be a Seahawk talking shit about the Jets. That's all.
Oh, okay.
But anyways, let's go ahead and get to the last sport, the NBA. Any news in the NBA you want to share, Ace?
I mean, there's really nothing in particular right now. I mean, all right. Yeah, actually, there's one thing. So I'm tired of everybody coming at Steph Curry again, because they always say that Steph Curry is one of those guys that are very, very nice, but low key, like, is kind of like an asshole. And because of a video of him apparently mocking LeBron James at a wedding, and then it didn't help that who's on the other side? Kyrie Irving. And I'm just like, man, like, let that man be. Like, look, we know that there's tension between Kyrie Irving and the Cavs organization. There's tension with him and LeBron James. There's tension with everybody in Cleveland, going back to a third world country, as everybody so puts it. But we know it's going to happen. But at the end of the day, there are no developments when it comes to trades. As of right now, this man is a Cavalier, and he will be a Cavalier at the start of the season unless something happens. So let's let it go. It's going to be awkward in Cleveland, and they're actually really tearing themselves down during everything. Instead of finding out what they can do to be able to help this man, to make him want to stay, and everything along those lines, to kind of bring them together, everyone's being torn apart, and it's going to affect them. Now, this is the opportunity for the weak-ass East to actually take advantage of it and be like, all right, this is our time. While they over there bickering back and forth with each other, we need to get up, step up, and move forward. And also be interested to see if LeBron James leaves. I think now more than ever, it actually might be a possibility that this man leaves. Like, it'd be crazy, but I'm leaning towards he might actually leave.
It's going to be interesting. All right, so the bigger news of the basketball probably came outside of the NBA. There was the Big Three situation with Allen Iverson skipping a game.
It's Dallas, right?
Yep. And also the WNBA now being represented in a video game, NBA Live 18. I mean, which one you want to talk about first?
Let's talk about WNBA. Get that shit out of the way.
Look, I have a lot of questions. All right, my biggest thing is are we going to have a creative player to where you can actually dunk in this game? And if Brittany Griner is going to be the only one dunking in this game, is it even going to be worth playing the game if you're just going to have nothing but layups? What do you think?
What team is she even on? I don't even. What's the name of the team?
I would have to look it up. I don't know.
I don't even know. But whatever team she's on, everybody's gonna pick.
Everybody's gonna pick. I wonder, can they play online with the WNBA teams? Like,
that's the thing. I want to know that also. Can you pick Brittany Griner to play up against LeBron James? I mean, how are they gonna?
So she plays for the Phoenix Mercury. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So maybe what they'll end up doing is, and I doubt there may be like a sub menu when you're going into the menu system and playing the game with the WNBA. It'll be something separate, so you can't actually choose the WNBA teams when you're picking a regular NBA game. Maybe that's what they'll do. They'll end up just doing it to where it's only strictly WNBA, because I'm not going front, fam. Like, you know how like if they do like the international teams and everything along those lines, when they mix it in with the NBA, like everyone's together, like that would be very interesting to see if they put the WNBA in that same roster where you can do the Los Angeles Lakers versus the Los Angeles Sparks.
Well, like, forget that part. Then if they're gonna skip that, they obviously are gonna have the engine to where you could create a female character now, right? So I mean, can you do a creative character and have a female be in the NBA outside of the WNBA? Are they gonna have that?
That'd be interesting to see, because you know they do use the Game Face HD, so I mean that would be a good opportunity for them to be able to do that. So if they wanted to, they can do it. They can do it because they have the Game Face HD, which scans your face in and puts you literally in the game. So why not?
So if they do that, that means they're gonna have leave themselves open for a lot of questions, because one, they're gonna be like, hey, why is my rating so low? Is it because I'm a girl or a woman? You know, are they gonna?
Oh man, I didn't think about that.
What about speed? What about
are they gonna make like the females any 90 rated?
Right.
They gotta
like
make
Maya Moore, Brittany Griner.
They gotta make the legends. They gotta bring the legends back. Lisa Leslie. Lisa Leslie definitely has to be in this portion of it. I'm just gonna keep it real with you right now. She's gotta be in it. But you know, it's interesting. Like I don't think that a lot of these things are gonna be implemented at this particular moment, but it's a step in the right direction. At the end of the day, it is. I mean,
it probably ain't gonna be that deep. They're probably just gonna literally have a side
quest or something. Yeah.
I think so. You're just gonna play with WNBA.
Yeah, because I think they're gonna leave themselves open for a lot of criticism if they decide to go deeper.
So the only chicks I know on Phoenix Mercury are Brittany Griner and Diana Taurasi. So at least they got somebody. They got somebody else. I'll play the Phoenix Mercury. Smash anybody.
Oh man, yep. That's the Golden State for the NBA.
It still goes back to that question. Are you only? I mean,
I just want to know if they're going online.
Are they gonna have every female dunk in the game? And
no.
Nah.
No. You know what? Maybe they do have. Wait. All right, how about this? Maybe they do the dunking option, but they're actually going to have everybody's stats just very low. But only person that be able to have the high stat is obviously Brittany Griner. And even Brittany Griner's dunk is probably only going to be like, what, 60, 70 at that? Because it's not like she's jumping out of the closet or something like that and just dunking on people. She's not.
You're gonna have a lot of people be fighting about the ratings. You're gonna have a lot of people be fighting about the. I don't think.
No, I don't know. I don't think they'll care.
They're gonna be playing the WNBA portion.
Yes, absolutely.
There's gonna be a lot of trolling videos. I think there's gonna be a lot of trolling. I think people are gonna have their YouTube. I think people are can't wait to put this on YouTube.
Bruh, this is gonna be a troll. This is gonna be a huge troll thing. I like to say the same thing though. This is something positive. This is the step in the right direction. But But unfortunately, because of a lot of people that going to play this game, there's going to be a lot of trolls. And if you can play the WNBA teams online, oh my God, there's absolutely going to be videos on YouTube and Twitch and all of that. There will be trolls. You can guarantee that for sure, because they already did it in 2K17 and 16 on the PC version when they were porting over characters. They were literally modding. They were actually modding sports announcers, women sports announcers in the park in Sunset, and we saw that. So of course there's going to be people that are going to do this.
Oh yeah, and you just open it. Imagine the modders are going to put skirts on them and stuff like. Oh, I'm telling you, man, it's just going to be a big mess.
Oh man, I don't think Live is coming to PC though. So.
Oh, okay. So they say themselves.
Yeah.
Now they're definitely helping that.
Yeah. They're not. It's not going to PC, because if they did that, the floodgates are just fucking open. Like they're gonna make them look like hentai characters and all that type of stuff. And we obviously don't want that, and that's not good. Like I said, let's take a positive.
I agree with you, Ace. It is positive. I know a lot of people were excited about it. I just right away had a bunch of questions, because you know what's going to happen. Somebody's going to get mad, especially today's climate. You know, everybody's sensitive
because everyone is PC. Everyone has to be politically correct.
Yes.
But I will say though is there going to be 360 layups? Because if there's going to be 360, you got to do 360 layups, fam. Got to.
It's gonna be interesting to say the least.
I want to play with Skylar Diggins. I want to play with Maya Moore.
Facts. No, I'm not gonna lie though. I'll definitely use Skylar Diggins' team, and I guarantee she's simulator. No, I bet you she'll cross the fuck out of everybody though on the squad.
Oh yeah, and she'll finish with a strong layup.
Space a strong layup.
Man. She gonna finish with a super strong layup. In the end, all of them are gonna finish. The only one you're gonna dunk with is Brittany Griner.
Yeah, that's where I'm pretty sure she's the only woman dunking right now in the WNBA.
That's why I say you gotta bring Lisa Leslie back, so Lisa Leslie can dunk on Brittany Griner.
So they're gonna have a legend, like Spark Squad.
Yeah, you got to.
True.
Yeah, you gotta bring her back.
I want to see Becky Hammond back in there. All right, so Allen Iverson, that was interesting. I can't believe we actually spent that much on WNBA.
That was interesting. I like that. I like the conversation.
Yeah. Allen Iverson skipping, big deal or not a big deal?
Absolutely, false advertisement. He's the biggest name in the big three, and he's been portrayed to be the guy that's gonna. Yes, he's a player coach. Okay, we got that. But the man has only played 2 games, and he's literally putting his face on the big three, and we get it. This man is tired. There's something if he can't perform and everything like that, he's still supposed to be a coach. He's still supposed to be there. And the fact is, I believe that, and I think Ice Cube may be upset about this too, because I know Allen Iverson, because Allen Iverson, said yes, he had to talk to Cube and everything along those lines. But they put Allen Iverson on the front runner of everything because he's the most famous basketball player that is playing the game right now. That's actually in the game. I'm excluding the coaches, but he's the face of it. He really is. Besides Ice Cube, he is the face of it. And the fact that people are actually going to see AI play and then they don't see him at all, that's BS.
Especially since it was an unexcused absence. I mean,
exactly. That's no excuse. There's no excuse for that.
Bro, you don't even have an 82 game schedule. What is your excuse?
I know, right?
Exactly.
That was just, especially the league being in its infancy. It's the worst thing that could happen. You know what I mean? It's like out of all the attention that you could get, that being it is just, I don't know what Allen Iverson was thinking. I mean, and then it's kind of weird because they suspended him, which I don't even know if that helps. That almost hurts you more.
That don't help nothing.
It don't help nothing because people are gonna be like, "Oh wait, Allen Iverson's not there." I mean, they're gonna still check it out. Don't get me wrong, the big three definitely has something going for itself, and I think
I don't know, man. Those ratings have been plummeting.
They have been, and I was gonna say I see them getting one more year, and if they do well in one more year, I don't see why a big three basketball game doesn't come out. Be like 20.
I think Tim Duncan.
Be like to do NBA Street.
Yeah, be like no, seriously, be like $20, and then they bring you back your favorite retired players. It's something that can work with it, but they all have to work together for it.
They need this is what they need to have. Obviously, the Olympics are bringing a big three type basketball to the Olympics, right? Didn't they say that?
Yeah, 3-on-3.
3-on-3.
Yeah.
So they need a big three team to be in that, I guess, to try to help, make sure that the league survives.
Yeah.
Then on top of that, they're gonna
whoever wins the championship this year.
Something exactly, that could be something. Or they need to have some of these NBA players that have retired recently try to get back in there right away. They need to try to convince Kobe. They need to try.
No, hell no. Kobe is better than that.
No, not Kobe.
You're not Kobe.
Convince Tim Duncan. You need these players because you just need the names. I mean, if Allen Iverson is your star, like you said, that's not that good because Allen Iverson is huge. Don't get me wrong, but this isn't China, so it's not like Allen Iverson's name is going to be plastered on every billboard. So you need better names. I'm just saying. Kobe's fresh.
No, but
freshly.
Yeah, he retired freshly, but he was retired mainly not just because he was done, because the fact that he was keep injury after injury. That's stupid. Why would Kobe Bryant risk himself to do that? He needs to rest, do what else he needs to do, and other players out there.
Yeah, because honestly, I can't even tell you who is the next biggest name.
Jason Williams was the next biggest name, right?
Yeah, right. Probably. And he's out.
And he's out because he got hurt the first fucking game.
You need Tim Duncan. You need Dirk Nowitzki next year when he retires. You need Kobe Bryant. I'm telling you, this is what they need. They need this. They need him.
Nah, I feel you, though. I think you definitely onto something. He's right. We need somebody.
You need somebody else. Hell, you need Stephon Marbury at this point.
Yeah, we can get him come back from overseas.
Right. He might.
He's so big. He's so big over there in China. I mean, he's never coming back.
He ain't never coming. Yeah, he good.
I mean,
in fact, his shoes are even cheaper over there because of the labor.
Yeah, I'm not mad at him for that. I mean, we'll see. The sad thing is,
the songs, Q. Run the big three, Q. Shut the fuck up, Q.
Yep. I know, and Ice Cube has been going hard for this, man. And I have nothing but positive to say about him and everything like that when it comes to this. And he's handling things very well. And we still got the championships that's supposed to be going on. They originally was at the the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas.
Just breaking news coming here, the Triple Threat Podcast. Ryan Tannehill out for the season.
Whoa.
So now, So now the Dolphins have the
Kaepernick's going to Dolphins
squad.
Yep, Kaepernick's going to Dolphins.
So everybody get it right. It's already for Kaepernick.
I bet you. In fact, let's look into it. I bet you it's trending already.
Kaepernick's gonna have to. What? All right. Yeah, Kaepernick may go to the Dolphins with that.
And you know what's gonna happen if the Dolphins don't sign him?
I mean, first of all,
the Dolphins are gonna be in the crosshairs now.
I mean, people going.
He got hurt too. He ain't out for the season, but he got hurt too. I'm like, man.
Yeah. All right. Anything else? Anything you could think of before we end?
Shout out to Beyonce. She's probably gonna be one of the new owners of the Houston Rockets. That actually be really, really dope if she actually is partial owner of the Houston Rockets. I thought that was really
interesting.
Yeah,
I'm mad that Jay-Z had less than 1% of the Nets, bro.
No. But
he's obviously gonna have to sell that, right? He's gonna have to sell all his stake. Right?
I don't think it's just because of the Nets. I mean, maybe Jay-Z did talk to Beyonce and say, hey, you should buy it. But I mean, Beyonce represents Houston, H-Town.
No, I understand. No, I know that, but I'm just saying though, doesn't Jay-Z still have a percentage of the Nets?
Yeah,
he does.
Yeah, less than 1% of it.
Yeah, but he has to sell that, right?
I don't think so.
I don't know. I don't know how
that works.
Legal thing. I mean, that's her husband, so I mean, I can't imagine that they'll have partial owner.
That'd be crazy though. Like Beyonce being partial owner of the Houston Rockets, fam. Like, and it's crazy because the owner, when he originally bought it, was like, I think it's like, and don't quote me, I believe it was like in 1993 or 1994. Originally, he bought it for around like 25 million, and now he's about to sell it in the billions, fam. Like that, bruh. Like
that's how it is, yo.
Like buying an NBA team in the 90s and now selling it like in 2017, like, oh man, gonna get his money.
You know what? Sorry, while y'all were talking about that, guess what name popped up for the Dolphins right away?
Who?
Jay Cutler.
Oh no!
Come on, man.
Come on. Okay, that niggas need to riot if that happens. Jay Cutler? Are you serious? Absolutely not. That's fam. Why? Like from a business standpoint and also marketing and all of that. That's just absolutely stupid. Like, don't bring more slander to your the name.
You know what's gonna? You know what? I bet you anything. Tony Romo might go ahead and try to put his
no.
name.
Nah.
This man, he didn't even commentate, but he didn't even commentate yet.
But didn't he want to go whenever he was not necessarily retired yet? But didn't he, when he had like the option? Did he want to talk to the Dolphins and then they finally got shut down?
I'm
pretty sure he did.
Romo, I was paying attention.
Hell no. If Romo comes back and then he goes to Romo comes back and then he goes to the Dolphins and Kaepernick still doesn't have a job, fam, we got a problem here.
I don't know. Romo's still good though.
Yeah, but he's also injury prone.
Yeah, he is. It's gonna be very interesting. We'll see. I think Kaepernick's going to go to Dolphins though now. I mean, there really is no excuse, right? I mean, who's their backup? Matt? Is it Matt?
For the Dolphins?
Who is it? Yeah, who is the Dolphins backups? Who are the Dolphins quarterbacks, period?
I don't care.
It's been switching around so much, I don't even know. But, Matt Moore. Matt Moore.
Was that who? That's what I'm thinking of, right?
Yeah, Matt Moore.
Nah, he's not going to do that. Yeah, they need another quarterback.
Yeah, because Matt Moore had to come in a couple times. Ron Tannehill was hurt during last season.
Oh, look, I guess it's really official now. Cutler opened up playing for the Dolphins.
Oh
here,
man, why? Oh my god!
So the ink hadn't even dried yet about Tannehill, and he's already out there.
That's so tragic.
So it's gonna be a battle of Kaepernick versus Cutler. All right. Well, that is a Triple Threat podcast, everybody. And it was a pretty good one, actually. We had a lot of news breaking and all kinds of stuff. And
god damn, this shit was over.
Win.
This shit is over an hour. Damn.
Yeah, we had a lot to talk about. You know what? It's the WNBA.
WNBA.
They didn't last a long time.
360 layups. 360 layups. I'm all
what's
for
funny
it.
What's funny is JG goes, let's just talk about it and get it over with. And that would be like the longest segments. The WNBA. All right. Final thoughts, Ace.
Shout out to everybody coming through, man. We always appreciate the support and everything like that. The conversations you guys have down in the comment section. So shout out to y'all. Chargers, I want y'all to have a great season. Please, football gods, bless us so we can go into the playoffs and don't get knocked out the first round. And we actually can go above 7 games and win more than that. And, shout out to everybody. Appreciate y'all.
JG, final thoughts.
Welcome back, UFC Hype Beast. We did it, y'all. Jon Jones did it. We back, baby. We back. Y'all can watch the UFC again and stop hating on it.
Oh, man.
Hey, I appreciate everybody coming through, and go ahead and leave your comments, even though a lot of them I don't agree with. Like I know there's one guy.
Hey man, F that Siggy, man. What is he talking about? Bruh, they hate you, Siggy. Like they truly hate you. Like anything you say, they just go in and they don't stop for weeks. They're still commenting on that video for the Colin Kaepernick original video we talked about, and they're still going.
And so far, I was right about that one.
Yeah, you have been. That's the funny thing.
Alrighty, that is the Triple Threat podcast. Hopefully, we'll have Flock back for a guest spot also.
Nah, we won't. Shout out to Flock though. That's the homie though. We out here.
Peace.
Peace.